Welcome back to Arson and Culture. I am Matt.
Jason.
Jade.
And we don't have the meats, but we do have the first ever smoked bourbon from Arby's. Are you feeling Arby's? All right.
What the fuck did you just say? Feeling Arby's?
Yeah, that's the tagline. Is like, I'm feeling Arby's. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You never seen that? I'm feeling Arby's? Okay. I don't really know
I
what
was
to say.
thinking you were like molesting Arby's.
Yeah. That's the tagline. I'm feeling Arby's. That was it before we have the meats, right? Was it not?
Maybe. I don't
Yeah. Am I making that shit up?
I think you are.
That's like that.
110%.
I like
making that.
That's that whole thing
Sounds
with
good,
like Sinbad was in a show where he was a genie.
Damn, you're going back.
Do you remember that? But or like everybody said it was either Sinbad or
Wasn't that the one
Shaq.
they thought the Shaq? Yeah.
And it was like a huge thing
what was it,
online.
Shazam? Was that what it's called or something?
And I swear it was Sinbad,
Yeah,
but apparently
you're
it
right.
wasn't. It
No,
was Shaq.
no. It was the other way around. It was Sinbad. It was not Shaq. Shaq was in Kazam or something like that.
This is all great.
Shazam is the music thing. Like
Yeah.
if you hear music and
Yeah, but there was a movie.
And then Shazam is the adult version.
Shazam movie. All right, let's see this here. Shazam. No, it's not that because that's. No, Shazam was Sinbad. That's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
So it wasn't Shaq. Shaq
wait.
I think Shaq was Kazam.
Okay. Either way.
Yeah, that's Shaq. Shaq Kazam.
God. Okay.
Much different than Sinbad.
Completely different,
Shazam.
yeah.
They were both
Completely
genies, but they're totally different movies.
Obviously, this is what the show is about. Arby's put out a vodka, which we tried to get. We missed out on.
Two
Two
vodkas.
Yeah, one was like curly fries, and one was like crinkle fries
Correct.
or something like that.
That is correct.
And then they put out the smoked bourbon, which you got to be a quick finger on the keyboard, and Jason was as usual. But I'm gonna hand it over because I don't know shit about this except that it's Arby's branded smoked bourbon, and there's a little wax seal that says actual bourbon, so that way you know they're not fucking with you and that it's like fake bourbon. So what do we got here?
So anyway, let's go back to the vodka part. I really wanted to try that vodka. I'm sure it tastes like shit, but anyway, well, it might not have. I mean, vodka's made from potatoes. I mean, it can be, right? So they had the crinkle cut and then the curly fries. You could not get it. I mean, it sold out. I think it went live, let's say at noon. At noon .0001, it was just like it said sold out.
Yeah.
Nothing. So this one got a little more lucky on that one. Got real lucky, actually. I think the other part of this one is only available in 7 states. Like you couldn't even get it shipped anywhere else. So it was online only. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about it. So smoked bourbon. We were talking a little bit before the show started if we can think of any smoked bourbons. And honestly, the only thing I could look and find online and remember was Knob Creek did a smoked maple.
Okay.
You remember seeing that one, either one of you?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I think I saw it at Liquor Barn like a long time ago. It's kind of a maroon label. But I think from a bourbon standpoint, smoke goes kind of with it. Because if you think of a craft cocktail movement, a lot of smoked bourbons, right? A lot of smoked drinks, old fashions.
And we had that episode where we did the smoked little
higher
ground, yeah. And that has a little like the contraption, which is for smoked cocktails, and they go hand in hand.
So from this one here, with Arby's has the meats. They got the smoked like brisket. So that brisket was from, let's see, Sadler's Smokehouse in Texas. Now, I'm not sure if I think they just gave them the ideas for it, and maybe they get some of the wood to use, Arby's does, from them. So what they wanted to do is recreate that in a bourbon flavor.
Okay.
So the wood that was used here, it was oak staves, put down in the barrel of bourbon. I'm sure it was more than one barrel. They had American oak, of course, was the barrel. They had hickory, mesquite, and pecan or pecan. Pecan. So they put that down in there and then, I guess, aged it for an undetermined or undisclosed amount of time.
Right.
The one thing about this bottle, there's not much information about it.
Do we know where it was distilled?
Yeah, we do. So we don't know where it was distilled. We know where it was made.
Okay.
So, yeah, totally different.
And that is the USA.
It is the USA. There's an official seal that says it's
there.
actual bourbon.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the distillery that released this is called Brain Brew. They're out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and actually Newtown, Ohio. And I looked at their website, as soon as you go in, they have like options. So it's like, do you like smoked bourbon? Yes or no. Do you like rye? Yes or no. So their whole thing is, I guess, build your own. You need barrel picks or finishes like that.
You're talking about Brewtown. Is it Brewtown?
Brain Brew.
Brain Brew out of Cincinnati, and that's
around Cincinnati.
That's what they do.
That's what they do on their website.
Interesting.
There was no mention of this.
Okay.
So I think, judging by that, I think what Arby's did is went to them and said, "Hey, we're having this idea." They're like, "Perfect, we can do that."
Yeah.
So that's what they did. Now, the only other brand I could find that I was aware of that they produce is called Dexter.
Okay.
You might have seen liquor stores, black label, kind of like an old Western looking label, yellowish writing.
That's like every micro brand of distillery.
It is, and you've walked by it 100 times because it is at every damn liquor store, every damn Kroger.
Okay.
So,
just for the viewers as well. So, when they distilled this, did they just hook up a smoke machine to the barrel, put the bung in, and then let it age?
So good question. From what I could tell about it, I don't think there was any smoked aspect other than like the charred barrel. And on this, you can see they got to be like a little piece of barrel. We all smelled it and couldn't get anything from it.
Yeah,
but
he's holding up. There's a tab attached to the. It's a wax top, and then there's like a ripcord, like a little piece of twine, and then
that's what it is.
The end of it is like a little piece of charred wood, which I'm guessing is part of the something they aged in. I don't know, or it's something they just bought from China and they attached it on there.
We'll see. And this wax looks less than other waxes I've seen. So let's try it. Let's see if we can open this shit and see if this actually. Okay, it's actually it's actually moving. I think. I'm gonna tear this.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, that actually worked really well.
That was pretty solid. I'm gonna toss that to you.
Thanks. I'll take your garbage.
And then let's see.
That's our ASMR for the day.
Pretty good one.
Yeah. So this is 45% alcohol.
Get me a really big pour.
And this is a dark medium. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'm assuming this is. I don't think it's MGP. I don't think it's from Indiana. It'd probably be something on the back if it was. I bet it's some of their product. Probably 4-year-old bourbon is my guess. Probably a blend, and then it's just finished. That's my guess anyway. So on the nose, what are y'all getting there? I'm definitely getting some smoke. I mean, some like char, you know?
Yeah. I get smoke second. I'm almost getting some sort of like Band-Aid like before that. I hate to start out with like a really like off note.
No, I don't disagree. It's like a fusel. Fusel. Jade, you getting anything there?
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of when you go to the store and buy like a bag of charcoal with like just that cardboard kind of that thick paper.
Yeah.
Then as soon as you pull that string, that's kind of what I'm getting.
I don't disagree. You know, I was reading through, there's, again, not a lot of notes on here. Most bourbons or most finished whiskey products you'll see online, there'll be reviews. I didn't see any of this one. I saw one YouTube review. I didn't have a chance to have time to watch it. But the guy that makes, one of the guys from Brain Brew said he envisioned this one being enjoyed with 1 cube of ice.
Okay.
And he also viewed it as being enjoyed with like a cocktail, right? So, like we talked about earlier. So first taste, I'm still smelling. What are y'all getting there?
That surprisingly gets me in the back of the jaw for only being 90 proof.
Oh.
There is something I've had to that regard before. Have you ever had anything like this one? There is something I've had. I'll tell you what I think it was. I think it was like, you know, in Knoxville, like Gatlinburg, they got that old smoky moonshine.
Yeah.
I think they had some of that shit like finished on oak.
Right.
And that's kind of what it tastes like to me. It's very, artificial smoked in what I'm getting.
Yeah. I don't think it's bad. It's inoffensive, I think is the best word. Like, I wouldn't taste this and be like, oh, this is acrid. But
it's almost like I'm drinking brisket, right? I mean, maybe that's what they wanted,
right?
So it's like you eat brisket. And of course, it's all over my damn hands, probably my beard too. But I'm eating brisket, and you get that smell in your hands. It's like you can't get it off.
Almost like a bad aftertaste too.
Yeah,
burping that stuff up.
For sure.
It doesn't taste incredibly balanced. It's maybe tastes a little immature. I think I hate just like beating the shit out of them with a bat, but unremarkable is the word that comes to mind. You know, I get a little bit of smoke. I get a little bit of like the bourbon nuance. You know, some sort of like maybe some toffee. I don't get any sort of fruit notes or anything like that.
Well, I mean, you know, if you talk about smoked bourbon, I've had none except with a drink. So I mean, it is what it is.
And
I can see this pairing.
Yeah, I've actually used that smoker, and I've smoked bourbon, and I do get some similar, you know, nuance in there. But
now, you know, Arby's. I remember growing up, they had those big neon signs. You'll see them sometimes with the hat, right? You remember seeing those? Yeah. So they actually did on the same release day. I didn't have enough guts to try for both. I felt, you know, just take my luck on this one. Yeah. But they had a smoker that goes over top your glass. That is the damn hat.
Really?
Yeah, so it'd been pretty cool. Yeah, that's like cool. Having that on. And
so they make a smoker too.
Yeah, well, for this release,
just for this one.
As soon as I got the bottle, I went back in to see if I could get one of those, and they were sold out too.
So I mean, I think the smoke is it's got a good level on there. I wouldn't want any more. I don't think.
I think it's almost too much, right?
It's like right up there. Yeah,
it's close. It pushes the edge, and I can definitely see Buck burping this up later.
Yeah.
The cube. Did you try a cube in it there? I just put one in.
It's not super complex. Okay. But I don't know. What do you think, Jay?
I don't think it's very complex at all. I mean, I'm getting tons and tons of smoke, almost like a campfire, like you know when you wear a hoodie out or whatnot, and it just like smell the next day.
That's it.
That's kind of what I'm getting from it.
I wouldn't mind to see this in a mixed drink. I could see. I mean, I don't think any Arby's serve alcohol, but hell, maybe one in Vegas does. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But,
that would be, you know what? That would actually be cool as shit if they just started like their own line. They got a vodka, they got a fucking smoked whiskey, and then they're gonna come out with some shitty tequila probably. Yeah. And then they like when you go into Arby's now, then they got a full service bar, but it's only Arby's branded. You know, and it's great for people that are drunk and go there at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know,
eat Taco Bell.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly. Eat Taco Bell, then go to the Arby's bar.
Yeah,
that's what we need right there. We need the damn like bean burrito bourbon or something. Whatever you're gonna get Taco Bell, 7-layer burrito. Yeah,
how come Taco Bell hasn't coming out with
you owe us money for that Taco Bell.
Good tequila,
I do have to say one thing though. I would like to see it with almost like some bitters and an orange peel with some ice.
Kind of
I think it would be just like an old fashioned. To be honest,
it's almost like a pre-made.
You know, like the Buffalo Trace. It's the pre-made. Right. They have the Manhattan, then they have the old fashioned as a tube and stuff.
This reminds me of a smoked well drink, and that's fine. But what do you think of it? What's your opinion on the bourbon first?
No, I think the bourbon's okay. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. I think the price point was actually I'm fine with the price point. It was $60 plus tax. I think after shipping it was under $70. I mean, for a fifth of bourbon, 90 proof, limited. With this shtick with it, I mean, I'm fine with that price. I'm definitely not saying buy another bottle. But I'd say that bottle will last us about 15 years.
Well, this will be the novelty when people come over like, oh shit, you got Arby's bourbon?
It's and like, hey, you know what you want? You want this.
You're like, please, drink it.
You go get a triple and be like, you know what, I'm going to pour some Arby's. Smoke bourbon with it.
I'll get some in a minute. You go ahead and finish that.
And curly fries.
I think 60 like once is fine. I think if this was abundantly available, I don't think I'd pay any more than $25 or $30 for this.
I think if it was abundantly available, nobody'd buy it. I think what the thing of this is, you're an Arby's fan or you're just a collector. Yeah, it's like, oh, that sounds cool. Just like we try to go for the vodka. Right?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think they kept the quantities low on purpose just to kind of like create intrinsic value for it. Yeah,
it is better with a cube of ice though.
100%. 100% with that.
Just that little bit amount of water though, I think it almost just kind of sedates it.
Yep.
To where it's just like. I could just chug it and not even notice it.
It might be better if we did chug it.
Yes.
You know, the other thing, though, you see the branding, and I was reading a little bit about this. So one thing that popped up, and I wasn't aware of, we're aware of Southern Grist in Tennessee, right? So a brewery makes beer. They've actually partnered with Hardee's, and they did some kind of like, I think it was a strawberry biscuit, which is odd because I don't remember a strawberry biscuit at Hardee's. I remember they had the raisin biscuits, you know, with like the icing on them.
Cinnamon raisin.
So I think you're seeing a lot of partnerships with that, or like, you know, in another episode we'll do soon, is like Bourbon County. So you'll have that Intelligentsia coffee, or, you know, they're kind of like associated with them, or Sump from Perennial. You know, that's a type of coffee. So I think the branding's on point. I think if you sold these at Arby's, I think people would buy them for like Christmas for somebody. You know what I mean?
I think the biggest thing that got going for them is the limited quantities, and people are going to buy it for that.
For sure. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this one? No, that's it.
That's it right there.
Just burping it up already.
Yeah.
So I think you're not going to find this in the store. Is it worth it for me for $60? Yeah, I'm fine with one-time purchase. It's kind of gimmicky. Again, somebody comes to your house and sees this. Oh shit, I like Arby's. Can I try that? Absolutely, take the bottle. Just drink all you want.
I think in Arby's defense, the bourbon is not great, but they do have a really good. What's it called? The 3-pepper sauce.
3-pepper sauce, yeah.
They got a 3-pepper sauce,
Arby
which
sauce,
we discussed.
horsey sauce. We've talked about this in another episode. Yes.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Shit's rocking.
Yeah, if Arby's, if you take that 3-pepper sauce and turn that into an alcoholic drink, I will buy all of it and I will love it.
We were actually talking before, though. You know how mezcal has the worm in it? It'd been pretty cool if they'd have put a French fry or maybe, and then Drew said maybe a piece of like roast beef. Just left it in there.
Piece of roast.
So I think secondary on this one, some things I've seen is 120, 180. I'm not paying that, but I'd buy it once. Jay, what do you think?
I think the next release, I'm for sure going to try to get a bottle.
Just to have it. Yeah.
But again, I would never pay over $100.
It's fun to try, though.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah, it's
Arby's.
definitely worth that.
Taco Bell, you're next. Tequila, bring it.